Alright, let's look at scheduling. Now let's say you get a call to schedule an appointment for this customer. Well, first off, you want to make sure you got your address and everything right with them. And so you verify the address, and when you save it, it'll make sure you get a longitude and latitude. Now, we can simply say schedule appointment. And then we can set some criteria here to say, alright, let's find an appointment within this week between 8 to 5 p.m. I could change these times. I can double book, but I want to go single booking, but I can tell it double book. And I want a look for a 2-hour open window, and I click search. Boom, it instantly comes back and tells me here is the recommendations. In yellow are my best recommendations. If there had been more than one that had fallen within the criteria, it would show me a list down here of those others. This one here is the best choice. It is at the top of the list. You can resort by other sequences, but by default it's set to go by distance. It is 2.1 miles from this appointment. Now, as you can see, I could make it before or after, but it looks at the time before first, and then it looks after. And since it's found the before, it's not looking at the after as well. So again, that way you have the rest of your data scheduled out. Of course, if you want to change that and put it any other time, you can. But if you want this time, the yellow means that it is a recommendation. It is not set yet. So I can double click on it. It'll open it up. I now fill in what is it that I'm going there for. Do some stuff. Notice it's filled in from 8 to 10 as my time already. This is pulled off of there. It's put it onto the handheld called Vegas 2, which is the one that was selected here. I tell it save, and now it's turned white as an actual appointment. So that's how you can just set up and look through your date ranges to see what's the next available appointment within that date range when a customer calls. Now, you may also have unscheduled appointments, things that are scheduled through your recurring events that every month or every 6 months or every 8 weeks or something, you need to set an appointment to be going in, and you need to call and schedule those appointments. To do that, we can look here, and here's my unscheduled appointments at this point. These are all the ones that have not been set to a specific time yet. Now, what's really nice here is that I can see here I've got a full day on these handhelds pretty much not booked up. So I can come here, actually choose here, right click and say recommend. And it comes up and says, well, it would recommend this customer right here. And you can see here that the distance is 15 miles from this location. So I'm going to go ahead and tell it, yes, let's choose that. And you can see here, set at 10:30 for Vegas, 02. If I double click on this one, it will open it up and says 10:30 to 11:30, Vegas 2. And then whatever, this information is all pulled in from when I set my recurring event for this. So there will probably be more details would have been typed in here earlier. If not, I could type them in now. Save it, and as you see, it's immediately on my calendar. And the next time the handheld synchronize in, he will get this. Now over here I say, alright, what do you have for recommendations here? Well, it's saying there are 3 places that are nearby within my 30-mile radius. And so these are going to be the ones that I probably want to call up or contact and see about scheduling. So you can see it's pretty easy to get your recommendations. And if this guy at 3 miles doesn't answer the call or isn't around, I make my call and talk to this guy next. And say, alright, well, how is 10 o'clock? He says, great. Actually, he says, can you make it 10:30? I say, fine. We make it 10:30. And you'll see that because I set the marker there, it's setting it for 10:30. For Pocket PC, which is the name of that handheld, for the customer, and now that's an appointment. Now, if I think it needs to be a little bit longer, I can drag this and make it maybe an hour and a half instead. I could have also done that inside the appointment. I could have just changed it to a longer time. Now, I say, okay, what do you recommend now? And it says, well, here's the two it recommends. Now, this is the same one as before, whereas here, it says it's only 3 miles from here. So we've got this time block up here. And I might see what I can, that's saying that I had nobody before it to set an appointment to. But I can set that up in here when I call them, or I can set them here where they're going to be a little bit further away, but I probably want to choose them before I choose this one that's 24 miles away. Same thing over here. I hit recommend, and it's giving me 2 locations to recommend. This one's a little over half a mile, and this one's 2¼ miles. Whichever one I set up, I set that up, and then continue on scheduling. Now, as you see, I've got more appointments on here that aren't necessarily nearby. So I might choose the 16th, start calling these, and I can choose them off here or off my main list. I can also look at my to-do list and see that here are all of the unscheduled appointments. And I might say, you know what, looking here, I want to give these guys a call. I give them a call, they say yes, we're available for tomorrow, or for in this case the 16th. And we set up a 9 o'clock appointment. I'm going to assign them to handheld number, to this handheld, save it. When I come back to my schedule and look at, refresh my tomorrow's list, there it is. And again, I can start making recommendations from here, where it says, okay, here's an unscheduled one, and it is 0.288 miles away. So, pretty simple.